Hey guys, how's it going? I'm Lorraine and welcome to my channel. Now just before I dive in there and pull your cards for today, I'd just like to say I am an experienced and professional, holistic and spiritual counsellor and mentor, and I offer 100% money back guarantee for image readings, tarot readings, also the programs, as well as spiritual and holistic counselling and mentoring, plus advice to help you with union with self and union with your person. Just check the details in the description box below this video for more information, right? So let's dive in there and let's see what messages the cards have for you about your person. Okay guys, so let's go. Okay, so you are coming in with the Justice card, and you're also coming in with the Chariot here in your reading. Now, what I'm getting there when it comes to your person here, the only way forward for your person at this point in time for them is to be accountable here for what they have created, because what they created here, guys, they chose to do it. That's how it's coming in. It was their choice here. Now, because it was their choice here in your reading, and what I mean by accountable here, it's not so much the choice here, guys, but it's what they got themselves involved, who they got themselves involved with, and also what they did here when you're coming in with these two cards. See, I want to say here, yeah, it's a rock and a hard place, but it's a little bit more than that when you're coming in with these two cards for your person. See, I get here is that at this point in time, your person is timing everything out, all right? In order to deal with what's going on, it's like what they have come to realize here about themselves and about the people around them, and the actions that they took here. It's like it makes your person withdraw into themselves, but it also makes your person, I want to say, sink here into, it's like they just want to be, or they feel insignificant here, guys. Now, what is also going on for your person is that, yeah, most definitely the choices that they made in the past and the people that they surrounded themselves with here in your reading, and also the people that they chose in terms of friends here, and also intimate partners. See, with these two cards coming in, what it talks about there is, it is coming in as a, well, in a way, a leap of faith into the unknown, because your person didn't know where it was going to go here. Yeah, of course, they had an idea. Yeah, of course, your person had expectations here. But what's gone and happened here in your reading is that they didn't know it was going to turn out like that. See, what it tells me here in your reading is that your person just wants to run here. But what it also talks about here in your reading is that your person has always been running. That's what it's saying. And running has always been a way in which your person I want to say here avoided and ignored, but what it also talks about here in your reading is why your person was running, because it was a fear here. That's what it's also talking about. See, it comes in as here in your reading with the Seven of Swords. That Seven of Swords is actually coming in as the Chariot, that your person has to face it here. See, like I said, they've been running here, guys, but for your person here to actually move away from what's happening here in your reading, first your person has to face what's happening here. And it comes in as they have to see the truth in the situation here. The truth about people is another way in which this can be seen as well here, about the choices that they've made. Whether these, I'm not saying here, guys, that these people were negative or they were positive here, because what I get there in your reading, it's both. All right. And there was, and it's your person's behavior towards those situations, those environments, those people that your person now recognizes here, guys. See, it's about how they were at that time, the truth about themselves, and also the truth about the environment. That's what it's saying. See, with both your person themselves here, they were already running. They were already in fear here. And so to overcome that fear here, guys, your person put up a mask is what it's talking about. They wore a mask here. Now, when it came to the environment and the people that they were dealing with, they were still wearing that mask. Hence why I get your person was running here. That's what it's saying. Now, like I said here, guys, in order to leave the situation here, but it's about walk away from the past, and it also comes about as ending that past cycle. First, your person has to face it, face the truth about oneself and one's reality. That's what those two cards are talking about. In order for your person to have the freedom here, and also the willpower here, guys, to make the choice that they are wanting. There are some hard lessons coming in for your person here. Yeah. Because once again here, guys, it comes in as they planted the seed, they nurtured that seed, and it grew. That's what's happening here in your reading. And that is all about here, guys, your person's fear. And of course, it does come in as negative attachments here, guys. All right. Yeah. Ignorance, in a sense here, guys, where they knew the truth, but they ignored it. Okay. Avoidance here in your reading, and well, avoidance can come in as not wanting to be responsible or accountable here, and then you have the fear, pain, hurts and fear, all of that here. They planted that seed in a sense here, guys. Did they know that they did that? I don't think so. Here, I actually think here in your reading, your person just wanted to live a better life, a good life here. So they did things a certain way, like most people who simply suppress the issues that affect them here, guys. Okay? And what it also, but it comes in as here, guys, your person was always in fear. They were always running here. Yeah. So let's keep going here, okay, guys? See, what it tells me here in your reading is that most definitely your person, I get here, yeah, they know it. They realize it here. They realize the truth here, the truth about themselves, that fear, that pain, hurt, and fear here. The avoidance mechanisms that your person used also. The ignorance here, which comes in as your person's mentality. Why they avoided the truth about themselves and their reality here, guys. All right. And then you also have that running is what it's talking about here. And that to your person, being able to face it is victory. It comes in as bravery here, guys. That's what I'm getting. See, that's what they know is the correct action here. I do get here, there are times where your person is looking for you. Yeah, I get here your person keeps tabs on you here. And in addition to what I've been talking about here, in terms of your person, here in your reading, this also, the Justice card and the Chariot card, also has to do with you. That's what it's saying. So there is so much that is being purged here for your person, okay? Because it needs to happen for your person to grow here. We're talking about inner growth here, guys. We're talking about happiness here in your reading and finding that happiness here. See, they find that happiness when it comes to you here, but to make it real for them, this needs to be dealt with. That's what it's talking about. And I think the positive here in this situation for your person here in your reading is that they're going to do it. That's what your cards are coming in as here. Of course, they don't want to go. In the past, they didn't want to leave that past cycle, that program. They wanted to stay in that program here. Hence why, it is coming in with an element of ignorance here, guys, where they knew the truth, but because they had planted that seed, like I said, and the seedling, here, guys, they cared and they nurtured for it. In that respect, it grew. That's what it's talking about here. And because it had grown into a full-blown, let's say, tree here, to come away from what they had built in the past proved to be awkward for your person, because what they grew, what came into fruition for your person because of their behavior, because of what they invested in here, They couldn't make the choice here because it was too difficult at the time. That's what it's talking about. And, you know, coming in with the Justice card and the Chariot card here, what it also talks about there in your reading is that what your person is going through, just to add here again, they don't want to go through it. That's what it's talking about. Your person just wants to leave that situation or to leave that cycle here. Hence, you're coming in with purging of patterns and habits here and come towards you also. So there is a lot going on when it comes to your person. Now you were coming in with the Nine of Swords. Okay, so you have the Nine of Swords. You were coming in with the Four of Wands, and you also have the Three of Pentacles here. Yeah. Now, see what it tells me here, and I spoke about your person investing here. That's what that Four of Wands is coming in as, and I spoke about what your person invested into, what they actually grew, the seed that they planted, and that can also be seen as what they built here from the ground up, coming in with the Three of Pentacles also here in your reading. Now you have the Nine of Swords, and the Four of Wands here in your reading. So what I'm picking up there, guys, in terms of obstacles and challenges here in your reading, it is coming in as what your person put their time and attention into, what they actually built here. With friends, family, and we could have, and also, I should say, intimate partners here, coming in with the Three of Pentacles. Because what it talks about here in your reading is that for your person here, I get here is that, how would you say that here? See, your person wants a new beginning. Your person wants a new beginning. They want to be the new beginning for themselves, is what it's saying here. And you know, sometimes when you first face the truth and the reality about oneself and where you're at in your life, and you realize that you have patterns and habits, you have toxic addictions here, you just want want it all to disappear in that moment here. But it doesn't happen like that. You have to actually work through those patterns and habits, those toxic patterns of behaving here, and even to gain clarity here, because you have to take ownership of what you created, and you have to understand here in your reading why you were so attached to it. And that is exactly what is happening with your person here in your reading. They just want it to be gone just like that. Like I said, your person wants a new beginning. They want to be the new beginning is what it's talking about here in your reading. But in order to do that, first you have to look at what you have built. Well, that's what these cards are saying here. You have to face the truth. And it can get here a little bit, I want to say overwhelming, but it's more than that. It's more than that here, guys. Because the work is hard. And you have to make that conscious effort here. That's what I'm also picking up here in your reading. See, for you and how your person sees you, here in your reading, when you're coming in with the Nine of Swords, what it talks about there in your reading is that that Nine of Swords is your person here going over in their mind what they have done in the past. And to be ready, that's what it's talking about here, and to be ready to come towards you here in your reading and build is proving to be an obstacle and a challenge here. See, what it can tell me there in your reading is that they want the new beginning. They want a new beginning with you. But they want to be ready to come towards you in a sense here, because of the Justice card and the Chariot card here. There is no other way for your person here. See, it's not about coming towards you here. It's actually here in your reading, coming in correct for them, where they are confident here, where they have worked through their negative attachments here, guys. No more blaming, no more blaming, no more being resentful here or blaming others. All right, let's keep going. All right, so what did I come in with? Yeah, it is the new beginning. Oh, some really hard lessons is what it seems, because potentially here in your reading, what I'm picking up here, guys, okay, you have the Five of Swords, you have the Five of Swords, the Four of Cups, and the Queen of Wands here. Now let me just get that one. Okay. See, what it tells me here in your reading, well, potentially here, guys, you're both not going to show each other here. And I think I'm going to go back to your person here. Your person isn't going to reveal here what's truly going on with them and what they are going through at this time. That's what it's talking about. Or every time you see your person and talk with your person, they're going to come across a certain way here. Only because here in your reading, what it talks about there is that part of that Justice card, it also comes in as the Eight of Swords. Part of that fear here in your reading is that you may ignore this person. You may, if you may pull back from your person here. Now, what's also going on here, guys, for yourself is that you're not going to show your person how much it has affected you, the past cycle that you went through with your person here. So for the both of yous here in your reading, you're not going to be vulnerable enough here to trust, and potentially here in your reading, to trust each other. It comes in as with the Five of Swords here in your reading. What I get there is that your person wants to tell you what's going on here, and also what they are going through at this point in time. See, it comes in as, well, what I want to say here, guys, is that they didn't know how to be honest and truthful with you in the past here, out of fear. There's that fear again, out of fear that you may reject them because of what they were about, what they had created here. And also they weren't going to change at that time. That's what it's coming in as. Now, for yourself here, because your person wants changes. It does come in like that. Like I said, your person wants a new beginning, and they want to be the new beginning here. Okay. Now, for yourself, what I'm also picking up there in your reading is that, well, you had a lot of people involved here. You may have spoken to people about your person here in your reading, and they may be talking about it. Something along those lines here. Or you've faced adversity here because of what went on with your person. Because they may have been dealing with others, and those others knew you here. Now, what I'm also picking up, and I'm also picking up here, heartbreak here. See, that Chariot card is coming in as the Seven of Swords also. That's why I want to say both you and your person aren't vulnerable enough to speak your truth here. And what I mean by that truth here is how you are feeling, what your person is going through and how they're feeling about that, what you went through and how that made you feel here. So it's almost coming in as cordial here. It's just light talk here in your reading. And where you're both saying to each other, well, I'm fine, how are you? I'm fine, it's good, da, 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 da. Coming in that way. So, and you know, well, because you don't, the both of yous fear what may happen if the past comes back again. That's what it's talking about here. All right. Let me just see what advice you have. Yeah. So much here. There is so much. See, your person is quite focused coming in with the Two of Swords. But like I said, the positive thing here for your person is that they know it. They know what's happened in the past. They actually know that they can't change the past here as well. It happened here. They're no longer running from it. That's what it's also talking about here in your reading. Like they did in the past when you're coming in with the Two of Swords here. Hang on. Yeah. Wow, you just keep coming back to the same number here. And so what it's talking about there in your reading is that the past is in the past. That's what it's saying. And now for both you and your person, you're not talking about that at this point in time here. That the past is in the past. It's not about your guys' dynamic relationship situationship here, guys. All right. That's the new, is what I'm getting here. But because your person is dealing with a hell of a lot here, guys, and you're dealing with what you went through when it came to your person, you're both focused over here. You have your truth, all right? I'm not going to say anything like that here in your reading. So book an image reading and tarot reading with me, as I'm not just a tarot reader. All right, if you want to know the difference between the two, just check the details in the description box, or alternatively, check out the New Earth Community website for more information here. Okay, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you so much for your reading, guys. I appreciate, and I will catch you later. Bye.